It's that time of year again, autumn leaves swirling through the air, a crispness settling in, and the city's energy shifting as we all start to wonder what the coming months will bring. In Washington, D.C., the arrival of fall isn't just about pumpkin spice or football games. It's the unofficial kickoff to weather-watching season. All around the city, you'll hear the same question: what will this winter bring? It's a topic that pops up in coffee shops, on the metro, and even in the halls of Congress. The weather forecast here is more than just a passing interest. It's a daily conversation starter, a shared curiosity that unites everyone from politicians to students. Here, the winter forecast is more than small talk. It shapes our daily lives. Every morning, commuters check their phones for updates, wondering if they'll need an umbrella, snow boots, or just a heavier coat. The uncertainty keeps everyone on their toes. A big snowstorm can close schools, delay flights, and disrupt work across the region. The city's delicate balance can be thrown off by just a few inches of snow, leading to empty streets, grounded planes, and a sudden hush over the usually bustling capital. From the heart of Capitol Hill to the quiet suburbs, everyone has a stake in the winter outlook. Whether you're a policymaker, a parent, or a small business owner, the weather forecast can change your plans in an instant. For some, it's about planning major events, holiday markets, outdoor festivals, or even political rallies. A sudden cold snap or snowstorm can mean last-minute changes, cancellations, or a scramble to move everything indoors. For others, it's about budgeting for heating, keeping an eye on utility bills, and making sure the house stays warm without breaking the bank. The cost of winter can add up quickly, especially when temperatures dip lower than expected. Or maybe it's about deciding when to put on snow tires, stock up on salt, or prep your car for icy roads. Even a mild winter can bring surprises, so being ready is part of life here. The weather touches everything: our plans, our routines, even our moods. Snow days bring excitement for kids, and a welcome break for families, turning neighborhood parks into winter playgrounds and filling the air with laughter. But a mild winter means fewer shoveling headaches, less disruption, and more chances to enjoy the city's monuments and parks without bundling up too much. For some, it's a relief. For others, it's a missed opportunity for winter fun. The forecast helps us prepare, whether we're hoping for a winter wonderland or a milder season. It guides our shopping lists, our travel plans, and even our weekend adventures. This year, we'll break down NOAA's latest outlook: temperatures, precipitation, and the climate patterns behind it all. We'll look at what the experts are predicting and what it could mean for everything from snow days to commutes. Let's dive in and see what this winter might have in store for the nation's capital. Will it be a season of snowstorms and cozy nights in? Or will milder weather keep the city moving? Whether you love snow or dread it, the forecast matters to us all. It's a thread that connects neighbors, co-workers, and strangers alike, sparking conversations and shaping our shared experience of winter in D.C. So, are you ready to find out what's ahead? Let's explore the possibilities together and see how this winter could shape life in the capital city. Here's the headline: Washington, D.C. is gearing up for a winter that's expected to be noticeably milder than what we're used to. If you're someone who dreads scraping ice off your windshield or bundling up in layers of heavy clothing, this could be welcome news. Washington, D.C. is likely in for a warmer-than-average winter. The city's iconic monuments and bustling streets may see more sunshine and less biting wind, making the season feel a bit more inviting. The forecast points to milder temperatures from December through February. Instead of the usual deep chill, we're looking at a stretch of months where the mercury hovers above what's typical for this time of year. That doesn't mean no cold days, just fewer deep freezes than usual. You'll still want to keep your gloves and hats handy, but you might not need them every single day. Expect more days in the 40s and 50s, with the kind of weather that makes a brisk walk or a cup of coffee outside actually enjoyable, even in the heart of winter, and maybe a break on your heating bill. With less need to crank up the thermostat, you could see some savings on energy costs, which is always a plus during the colder months. Outdoor activities could be more comfortable too. Whether you're jogging along the National Mall, walking your dog, or just enjoying a stroll, you'll likely find the conditions more pleasant than in a typical DC winter. And you might reach for lighter jackets more often. Heavy parkas could spend more time in the closet, as lighter layers become your go-to for daily outings. Local businesses and outdoor markets may benefit too, as more people feel comfortable spending time outside, supporting community events and enjoying what the city has to offer. This isn't just a DC trend, the entire East and South are in line for a milder season, thanks to big climate forces at work. Patterns like El Niño and shifting jet streams are playing a major role in shaping this year's winter outlook. Remember, average is just a baseline. Every winter has its surprises. Even in a warmer season, there can be sudden changes, so it's wise to stay prepared for anything. A warm trend doesn't rule out a cold snap or a surprise snowstorm. DC weather is known for its unpredictability, and a mild forecast can quickly give way to a burst of winter drama. The forecast is about the overall pattern, not day-to-day details. It's a guide to what's most likely but not a guarantee for every single day. So, keep your warmest sweaters handy, but expect to use them less. You might find yourself reaching for them only on the chilliest days, rather than all winter long. The big picture, a gentler winter, but still full of possibilities. From spontaneous snowball fights to sunny afternoons, this season could offer a little bit of everything. Stay flexible, DC weather always keeps us guessing. No matter what the forecast says, it's smart to be ready for surprises. Let's see what else is in store as this unique winter unfolds. Now, the big question on everyone's mind, will we get snow this winter? It's something that sparks excitement, hope, and sometimes a little anxiety for folks in DC. After all, snow can mean school closings, beautiful scenery, and a break from the usual routine. But it can also bring travel, headaches, and a scramble for supplies. The official precipitation outlook for DC this winter is what meteorologists call equal chances. That means there's no clear signal pointing toward a wetter, drier, or near normal season. In other words, the odds are split evenly. We could end up with more precipitation than usual, less, or right around average. It's a true toss-up. Think of it like spinning a big weather wheel. There's no strong indication of which outcome will land. It's a bit of a meteorological gamble, and that uncertainty is part of what makes winter forecasting so challenging and interesting. Predicting precipitation months in advance is tough. Just one major storm can completely change the seasonal totals, making a dry winter suddenly seem snowy, or vice versa. Meteorologists analyze countless variables, but long-range forecasts always come with a big dose of uncertainty. Even a slight shift in the storm track, just a few miles north or south, can mean the difference between a foot of snow, a cold rain, or nothing at all for DC. That's why the region's weather can feel like a roller coaster from week to week. And with recent trends toward warmer winters, more of our precipitation may fall as rain instead of snow. It's not just about how much moisture is in the air, but whether the temperatures line up just right for snowflakes to reach the ground. Still, if a blast of cold air arrives at the right time, DC could see a few significant snow events. All it takes is the right combination of moisture and cold for a memorable winter storm. So, what's the best way to prepare? Be ready for anything. Stock up on essentials, check your emergency kits, and keep an eye on the forecast as the season progresses. Keep that snow shovel handy. But don't be surprised if it spends most of the winter gathering dust in the garage. Flexibility is your best friend when it comes to DC winters. The only thing you can count on is change. DC winters are famously unpredictable, with conditions that can swing from mild to wild in just a few days. That's why we'll keep a close watch on the short-term forecasts. Sometimes the best clues about snow come just days, or even hours, ahead of a storm. So stay tuned, stay prepared, and let's see what this winter has in store for Washington, D.C. The season is just getting started. Drought is a concern for many, and this winter's outlook is mixed. Some regions like the Ohio Valley may see drought relief, but DC's forecast is less certain. Our equal chances for precipitation mean we could get a wet, dry, or average winter. No guarantees for drought improvement. A warmer winter with more rain than snow can complicate water supply, as rain runs off faster than melting snow. True drought recovery takes months of steady precipitation, not just a few storms. For now, we're in wait-and-see mode. The best case scenario: a wetter winter to recharge our water supplies. Worst case: continued dryness, so water conservation remains important. We'll track precipitation totals and keep you updated all season. To understand this winter's forecast, look to the Pacific Ocean and a climate pattern called La Niña. La Niña is when cooler than normal waters stretch across the tropical Pacific, shifting global weather patterns. It changes the jet stream, the high-altitude winds that steer storms, and has a big impact on U.S. winters. Forecasters watch ocean temperatures closely. When La Niña is present, it's a major clue for seasonal outlooks. Not all La Niñas are the same. Some are stronger with bigger impacts. This winter, La Niña is expected to be the dominant climate signal. That's why we're likely to see a milder winter in DC. It all starts thousands of miles away, but it shapes our weather right here. So, how does La Niña shape U.S. winters? The jet stream takes a wavy northern path, splitting the country in two. The north, like the Pacific Northwest and Ohio Valley, gets colder, wetter weather, and drought relief. The south turns warmer and drier. DC sits right in the transition zone, making our forecast tricky. We're on the edge of cold, stormy weather to the north and mild, dry air to the south. This year, the warm southern air is expected to win out, bringing us a milder winter. But our proximity to the northern storm track means we could still get clipped by storms. A small shift in the jet stream could bring rain or snow, or leave us dry. DC is the battleground between these patterns, making every winter a toss-up. That's what makes forecasting here so fascinating. Remember, a seasonal forecast is about probabilities, not certainties. It's not a day-by-day prediction, but a broad outlook for the season. When we say warmer than average, it means higher odds for mild weather, not a guarantee. Think of it like a doctor's advice. It tilts the odds, but surprises can happen. Wild cards, like the polar vortex, can bring sudden cold snaps, even in a mild winter. Use the outlook as a guide, not a promise. As the season unfolds, short-term forecasts get more accurate. The seasonal outlook sets the stage. Daily forecasts fill in the details. Stay prepared for curveballs. DC weather always has a few. Let's keep an eye on what unfolds. With forecasts based on probabilities, staying informed is key. The seasonal outlook is a starting point, but 7- and 10-day forecasts give you the details you need. Rely on trusted sources like the National Weather Service and local meteorologists for updates. Weather apps and social media can provide real-time alerts. Just be sure the info comes from reliable sources. Watch out for hype or misinformation online. Stick to certified meteorologists and official agencies. Good forecasts explain uncertainty, not just dramatic headlines. Staying informed is the best way to stay safe and prepared. We'll be here to guide you through every twist and turn this winter. So, what does a warmer, uncertain winter mean for you in DC? Expect a season that's easier to manage, lower heating bills, more comfortable days, and fewer weather disruptions. Layering will be your friend. Keep both light and heavy jackets handy. Outdoor plans and travel may face fewer cancellations, but always check the forecast before heading out. Flexibility is key. DC winters can still surprise us. This season looks moderate, not extreme. A relief for routines and wallets. We'll watch for enough rain and snow to help our water supplies. Enjoy the autumn, and get ready for an interesting winter ahead. We'll keep you informed every step of the way. Stay safe, stay warm, and let's see what this season brings. Thanks for watching.